Hello again everyone, Ageofdune here, and we are back for another League of Legends game. In this one I am yet again supporting, and this is always good news when I'm actually support because it tends to go well. This game is the very next game played after the game you guys just saw, or the previous game in my playlist here. That is part of my promotion series. If you notice here, I am in spectator mode because I did play this with my duo queue partner, and I don't tend to record those while we are playing. But because of the fact that it is a promotion game, and I figured that you guys would want to see the promotion series, if nothing else, to see whether I passed, whether I went to the next level or not, I went ahead and I decided to go ahead and cast it outside the fact so you guys could see. So in this game, we were in the picks and bans phase, obviously, and nobody banned Blitzcrank. Nobody banned Blitzcrank, which is fine for us down bottom. Purple Oak and I really don't care about Blitzcrank very much. But they ended up picking Blitzcrank, obviously, because, this is silver and everybody thinks, oh my gosh, it's Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank is OP. Pick him now. So they did. And as soon as we saw a Blitzcrank Ashe combo, they actually picked before us. As soon as we saw that, we immediately both decided, hey, Twitch and Taric's Terrifying Tricks, the Blitzcrank Traitor move. For those of you who don't know, that is one of the videos on my channel. It is a very small series I did, Twitch and Taric's Terrifying Tricks. And it was back when Purple Oak and I always used to play bottom. I was always Taric, he was always Twitch. That was actually way before Quinn was even out. So, we did a small mini-series on that, or I did a small mini-series on that. Just some of the tricks we'd come up with. And one of those was the Blitzcrank Traitor move. In the Blitzcrank Traitor move, I would intentionally bait Blitzcrank into pulling me. By the way, if you notice, we are over here, and this is because originally Purple was here, but I pointed out that Blitzcrank can actually pull, and has been known to do so, and if you get pulled into that dragon pit, a lot of times you're dead from the beginning. So we did go ahead and get as far over as we can. I think we're still able to be grabbed, but I'm not sure. But anyway, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt my sentence there, but I did it anyway. So, the whole idea is that we do that, and then I get grabbed, of course, and then because I'm Taric, I then immediately go ahead and stun their AD carry. Because I'm within range. That is our method of engaging, is making them engage on us. So we decided to go ahead and try this out this game. I'm not going to tell you how it went. It could be successful, it could be terrible, but one thing we did take note of is the whole Ashe thing. This is Ashe. You see her passive there? She's at 21 focus. This means that she has a really good chance right now to land a crit. Her very first attack kills that. But as of yet, she hasn't made it, and bam, now she made it. Now we knew we were safe. That's why I immediately went into this bush, and we went in on Blitzcrank. Took him down quite a bit. He did get exhausted. I exhausted him. He ended up flashing out, so he did end up surviving. He actually tried to grab me there, which probably would not have turned out well for him. But he didn't land it. By the way, I am going to be concentrating pretty heavily on the bot lane, as this is a how the silver player supports, so I don't really want to do a full-on cast, as that's not really the purpose of this series. So anyway, as you can see here, I am sitting in this bush, and this is me saying, hey, let's go ahead. So as soon as I got pulled, I actually went ahead and stunned Blitzcrank because he was already low. So Purple actually went ahead and flashed. He got the kill there, and then we went in on Ashe, who decided, unfortunately for her, to stay around. There is my shatter, and she did go ahead and pop her barrier, but Purple Oak was able to take her down anyway. So that right there is the very core essence of the Blitzcrank Traitor move. It's that I go ahead and I get in a position that just screams out, hey, this would be great for a grab. But for some reason, the Blitzcranks actually fall for it. And again, this is a large part because they're silver. And they grab the support. And that's a terrible move. You never want to grab the support, especially when it's somebody like Taric, because that does allow them to engage on you without you being able to run away, because Taric is already there. So we did end up pulling it off successfully there, got a double kill there, and that actually kind of made us quite happy. Cho'Gath did get ganked here. He's going in, trying to take down the Diana. He does not actually get the Diana. Well, he probably would have with his Ignite, but Vi ended up getting the kill. So that ended up being a 1-for-1 with an assist for both. not bad either way, honestly. And now we are all back going down bottom, and I will go ahead and go back to focusing bottom. Let me go ahead and put it on myself for now. No, not really. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and hang out in this bush here. They know I'm probably there if Purple Oak's here. Blitzcrank went ahead and pulled Quinn. I was actually typing at the time, which is why you did not see me react. But now we went ahead and went in, and for some reason I decided to heal myself instead of her. And I'm not sure why. I think that might have been a misclick on my part. But yeah, that's why I sat there for a time, is because of the fact that I was sitting there chatting. Which, I guess I chose a bad time to chat. But anyway, so Purple Oak is currently pretty low here, and he's got to be very cautious. But on the other hand, it is a Taric lane, which means I'm able to heal him. I really should have done so before, but I didn't. So yet again, I'm here baiting the Blitzcrank a little bit. Don't really want to get caught too much because Purple Oak won't be able to do too much of an engage himself. So we're playing super cautious here. We don't want to get into a fight at the moment. That would just be very terrible for us. But I am going to go ahead and check this bush, making sure he's not there, or making sure whether he is there or not, and being very careful. And in the meantime, Quinn was actually able to do quite a bit of harass there on Ashe. There is a pop-up from Blitzcrank because I was going in, which means I am free to go ahead and stun her. Now, we see Blitzcrank actually pull Quinn, so Quinn immediately went in and started attacking the Ashe. Now, Blitzcrank does get away through his use of an exhaust, but the thing is, he pulled Quinn so that Quinn would be in range for that attack. Oh, I did not know they saw me there, and they were pinging back and saying, "Watch out, Taric's coming." And actually, she did run away, too. But yeah, as soon as I saw him pick me up, I knew that anything we did was going to go well, because if I got pulled, then that would be great, and I would be able to stun Ashe. If Purple Oak got pulled, that was an unfortunate pull there. But if Purple Oak got pulled, then he would be able to go in like he just did and just rip them to shreds. And that's exactly what he did. Another misclick there. I need to get better at using the tilde key, honestly. The tilde key makes it so that you cannot target minions, and that would be a huge bonus for me. Zach said, "Hey, I'm coming down for a gank," but both of us are saying, "Nope, we're out." And that's not going to happen. And there's actually a ping back on him from our team, but neither one of us is here, so we don't even care. We are gone. But yeah, again, if you notice, we used Blitzcrank to engage. I was already running in, stunning Ashe. I'd already stunned her, and then Purple Oak was actually able to use him to get into range so he could go in and just rip Ashe to shreds. And that's exactly what happened. And that's something we really love to take advantage of. It's not something we get to do very much, simply because of the fact that this is silver and Blitzcrank is considered OP. Therefore, almost all the time, he's going to be banned. So we don't get to see too much of him, but when we do, we usually try to take advantage of it, especially when it's a lane like Ashe. Some lanes like Draven, we've got to be a whole lot more cautious than we are being with this, because Draven does a lot more damage than Ashe. But when we saw an Ashe Blitzcrank combo, we knew it was great. And Ashe, unfortunately for her, decided to come out way too far here. So I was able to stun her. They actually had a ward here. I have no idea why she came out this far. I think it might have been a misclick on her part. But she ended up coming out far enough that I was able to stun her, and Purple Oak was just able to kill her again. So things are not going well for them. I believe after the double kill, actually, our team was going, "Hey, this bot lane is awesome. We love them." And they never really changed that opinion, honestly. So we went ahead and went in on the dragon here. I did have it pink warded so that I could get rid of any wards from the Blitzcrank. If you notice, there are none. Not because I cleared them, but because he didn't place any. Which, by the way, kind of made me sad. I'm all for clearing wards, and when I come up to clear wards and you have no wards, I get sad because I don't get monies for it. But yeah, he doesn't have any wards whatsoever there. He actually has 2 in his inventory, but he didn't place them. So we didn't end up being able to go ahead and get rid of any wards, but we got a free dragon out of it, so I was more than happy with that. Blitzcrank is just trying to keep these minions and get rid of them so he could stop us from going into the tower, but we're pretty darn fed by this time, so he's got to be careful. He does go ahead and pull me, which I said, okay, I'm out. And I did use my flash there. I really probably didn't even need to. I would have survived without it, but I went ahead and did it anyway just to be careful, because you never know when an Ashe arrow is going to come. I have no idea what Diana's doing here. Oh, she's coming down. Oh. Yeah, so she is coming in for a gank, and she just let them know. We both decided randomly to go back at this time. We actually didn't even know about it. But Purple Oak decided to go back. I was coming back toward this bush, and because of the fact that I was coming back toward this bush, Purple Oak actually came back then as well. So it was actually a complete coincidence that we decided to go back at this time, and it actually ended up saving us. So that was a bit of luck. And now Vi is coming in for a gank, and yeah, they said nope, we're going to be cautious, and that didn't end up happening. But Diana's going back to mid. She's all disappointed. And yet again, Ashe got engaged on. There's the Blitzcrank pull on me. Doesn't really help any. And Quinn is just able to take Ashe down yet again. So I do escape as well. And Blitzcrank does not chase me down, which would have been suicidal on his part. Yet again, he used his pull on me, which is a terrible idea. Honestly, it didn't really matter in this case, because had he pulled Purple Oak, still would have had the same thing happen. There was another gank mid, so Cho'Gath died yet again, but Vi was able to come up and help. Did not end up getting a kill, unfortunately. And she also didn't save Cho'Gath. But we were able to push down this tower down bottom, which means that we are now able to go ahead and roam some so that we can help our other lanes not die. And the fact that the Cho'Gath has had, I think, 3 or 4 ganks by this point means that he's definitely needing some help. They're being very mean to him, and he really didn't like it. He was complaining about them ganking him. He's like, "Would they stop ganking me?" That's where Cho'Gath had his wards. Or, not Cho'Gath, Blitzcrank. I was wondering in the game, because of that fact that there were no wards whatsoever that I could see, I was like, where are his wards? So apparently he reserved them only for the lane bush. So all these pink ward, well, this pink ward that I put up here didn't end up being any use whatsoever. And I was kind of sad about that, like I was talking about earlier. But that's why, because he was actually reserving his wards for the lane and not warding mid or river at all. Which I guess in this case really didn't matter to him too much, outside of the fact that he did miss the fact that we were going in on the dragon there. He didn't get ganked by mid at all because honestly we didn't need it, but he actually did miss out on some stuff, and he really should have ward river, but he didn't. So I tanked tower there for a little bit to allow Purple to get a couple hits off. Not sure it was really worth it, but then I am Taric and I can heal myself, so honestly I think it's going to be fine. Now Blitzcrank is coming in to help. I do catch him there, but I am not able to stun him. But now their entire team is going in on Purple Oak here, and we say nope. I do get pulled there by Blitzcrank. He then silences me. We're now just kind of sort of running away, but we're also fighting at the same time. In comes the Vi, is able to go ahead and go in. She went in on the Zac. The Blitzcrank went down to Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath went down to Diana, and now Vi was able to take down the Diana. And now Zac here is actually here, and Vi actually used Smite on his little boblets. I do kind of like that that is possible. By the way, right after she did that, she said, "Smited!" Or "get smited," or something like that. But yeah, that is something that a lot of people don't know about Zac, is the fact that you can smite his bloblets, and it does insta-kill one of them. Granted, it's, you know, it's not perfect, because it only kills one, but really, a lot of times that's all you need to make sure that Zac doesn't come back alive. So that's exactly what she did. She went ahead, used Smite, and just took him down. And he, of course, was sad, but he didn't complain about it in all chat or anything. They were all really good sports this game, I noticed, well, until the end. I don't know what was going on in their team chat, of course. But nothing really came through on the global chat, so I can only assume that they were doing fairly decent in their global chat. The only thing that has me thinking they weren't great was the fact that, you know, in the after-game chat, they were being kind of harsh at Ashe. You know, report Ashe! Report Blitzcrank! So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I do go ahead and ward up here, put another pink ward down to clear it out, and now I'm coming up here to assist them with blue. And they do see me. Vi is there as well, and she was able to get a smite off. The fact that I was there gave her vision of that blue buff just long enough that she could smite it, and just completely stole it away from Diana right in the middle of it. So Diana was, needlessly to say, very unhappy at that. But, hey, Vi was happy. That's all that matters. So I do go ahead, come on up here, and ward this bush, because I don't really want them being able to come in for a gank. And now I see that they are all coming. I did not know that Blitzcrank was there. I'm not sure what he's doing exactly, But now they're going in on me. Quinn is trying to run away. Oh, he did get pulled by the Blitzcrank. I did not even notice that happening. I was too busy trying to run away myself. But the entire team went in on him, so he does end up going down. And there is the shutdown gold going to Diana. But I ended up escaping because only Zach came in on me. And he was not able to take me down. I was able to stun him and just get out of that for free. Vi is now on a rampage. She did come up here for a gank on the Lee Sin. I guess we can go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, so Wukong actually ultied and they just took her down. Not bad. Or him down, sorry. Not her, him. So I decided to go ahead and go back. Probably a good idea. The dragon is back up and this pink ward is still revealing that they have no wards. Again, still, for the entire game pretty much. And I know it and my team knows it. Blitzcrank is running around. I don't even know. Yeah, he doesn't even have wards at the moment. He's got nothing. He's got mobility boots and his philosopher's stone, and he's not building any other wards. So he I don't know if this is one of those instances where somebody was just forced into support when they didn't want to be or what, but he was just not warding whatsoever. His team had one ward up here from Lee Sin, but other than that one ward, there's really nothing. They're all going up there to gank Wukong, which told us that it was a great time to go ahead and go in on Dragon. We can get a free Dragon. Well, not really free. Wukong does go down, but that was really going to happen anyway with how extended he was and the fact that they were all there. We didn't really know that they were all going in on him, honestly, but they were all MIA, and we figured it was a great time to go ahead and do it, and they weren't visible. And, let's go ahead and go back a little, because I want to see this whole thing. While we were doing that, Purple Oak was coming into lane because Ashe was just pushing like crazy. That is one thing about this Ashe I noticed, or we noticed in the game, is that she was just pushing like crazy. So Purple Oak went ahead and went in on her. She does pop her barrier here, and she's running away. But because of these wards, she has no idea that she's running right into us. So I go ahead, I do land a stun on her. I ward it so that Purple Oak can see, which makes Purple Oak say, fine, I'll flash over. And he is able to go ahead and take down the Ashe with no problem whatsoever. He used his flash, but honestly, it was well worth the effort there. So he did get the kill on her. She thought she was going to be safe by coming this way, and she had no idea that I was there. That stun was able to delay her just long enough that he could kill her. And right now, Cho'Gath is actually 2 versus 1-ing here. Doing quite well at it, too. Pop up. I don't think he has his ulti, though. But he does go in, and he's actually able to 2 versus 1 and take down that Zac. So we're down here just pushing and pushing because we just killed our lane. Ashe is actually back here. She is back alive now, and she looks like she's coming out here to defend this tower. Vi is going in on it, but she's pretty good at escaping. And I think she does go ahead and escape. Lee Sin tried to slow her down, but he kind of missed that one just a little bit. And we're down here just pushing bot. Ashe is coming to push us back, but we are going to go in on this tower. The rest of the purple team is coming, though, so we do decide to go ahead and go over here, try to help out the Vi. Vi does go down, though, so now we are trying to escape. Purple Oak uses his ability there to see what all is going on, and I do... Oh, yeah. The Blitzcrank flashes and then completely misses his pull there, which was honestly kind of funny. Oh, but there is the Ashe arrow. I actually thought I was safe, and I was trying to go this way to get away from it, but I do end up getting it. Honestly, it's probably for the best because had I not gotten hit by it, Purple Oak would have. And he would have ended up dying instead of me. I'm all for me dying. I gain just about the same amount of gold while dead as I do while alive. Whereas he needs to get that farm, and he needs to stay alive. So, honestly, I'm all for that little trade. That was an interesting pull there by Blitzcrank. Not really the best of ideas. And in comes the Wukong. He does go ahead and teleport in. Zac was about to come in for a gank, but that was a nope. And now the purple team wants to go ahead and do Dragon. Which isn't there because we took it forever and a day ago. Which they'd know if they had any wards whatsoever. Which they still don't. Yeah. Still no wards here. He is just building damage, Blitzcrank, and not really building any wards whatsoever. Now see... A lot, you know, I am one of the proponents of everybody needs to ward, you know, not just the support, but the support needs to ward too. And he should be doing at least a decent amount, you know, here and probably here, but really he's doing no warding whatsoever. And this has me slightly bitter just because of the fact that I got no gold. Alright. I didn't get to kill any wards. I really love doing that though. So, we did just see Ashe die here. I was back, of course, so... We know that that wasn't mid. I wasn't even there. But Vi was coming over, and Quinn was coming over as well. I was on my way over, but I knew that I was not going to be getting there in time because Ashe, yet again, is pushed out way too far without any wards. So Vi and Quinn both come in, and they go in on her. Quinn actually ends up hitting a minion there. Ashe tries to get away, but it's not going to happen, of course. So there goes another kill for Quinn. And things just aren't going well. The Ashe is currently 062 with 105 CS, and that is not good at all. Quinn only has 116, but she more than makes up for it with her 7 kills. And you got to keep in mind that on average, I think it's a kill equals 20 CS, which I mean 20 CS isn't a lot, but and really you should try to get that. Oh, by the way, I do come in here and save the Cho'Gath. Stun that Diana, and then I use my ulti to go ahead and give him some extra tankiness. They go in on me. I do flash out of it, though, so I'm fine. And in comes the Vi. She decides to go in, and Wukong is coming in as well. So she does go ahead, use her ulti there on the Diana, which punts the Blitzcrank out of the way. In comes the Ashe arrow on Vi, which causes them to re-engage, actually. Cho'Gath goes in. We do end up taking down the Diana, the Wukong does. Then we take down the Lee Sin right after, I believe. Yes, the Wukong takes him down as well. And now we are 4 versus their 3. So that wasn't bad at all. I really liked being able to save the Vi there or the Cho'Gath by coming in and stunning. I don't think he would have died anyway, but honestly, it's still kind of a pleasant thing. I was verbally taunting him at this time, by the way. The Blitzcrank. Verbally, as in out loud, not on the computer. Obviously, that's what verbal means, but I did want you to know. I wasn't doing it on chat or anything, because that's a really mean thing to do. So, I was just saying, come on, Blitzcrank, chase us down, but he didn't. He didn't. So, we didn't get kills. But I do have wards here. I have a ward here, and a ward here, which tells us all the choke points on this side of the jungle. Anytime they're in their jungle, we're going to know unless they're up here. But even at that, I think this ward picks them up. So, there's another ward from Diana. She does try to go in on her blue. Sorry, Diana. Nope. And she was all disappointed and sadly walks away. And then she tried to go in on Quinn, apparently, but that didn't end up happening. I am up here. I did go ahead and ward Baron up just in case. I didn't really think that they're going to be able to try and go in on it. Well, actually, I can see them trying, but I didn't think they'd be able to actually do it, but I'd like to know if they're trying. A lot of times you're going to see instances like this where people do go for the Desperation Baron, and they try to take it down to give them that little benefit. They did come down here to go in on Dragon, which, again, not there, and my ward picked them up. So we knew they were there, we knew that they were going back into their jungle, we saw them here, and we saw Blitzcrank come up here. So we went ahead and went in on that, did a little damage to Blitzcrank, not nearly enough, though. And there's the back thing, so we could all get back together. Vi's coming down, I'm coming up. There was the pull from Blitzcrank, actually pulling Cho'Gath, which is not the best person to pull. Blitzcrank goes down to Wukong, Diana went down to Wukong, and the Lee Sin actually went down to Quinn. So now it's just Ashe and Zac. Zac was up there farming. Actually, he was pushing top, honestly. He wasn't farming, he was pushing. But because of that little engagement on it, and I think a lot of that was actually the Blitzcrank pulling. I guess the fact that we were just completely destroying him down bot probably put him on tilt a little bit, so he was just trying to do something to make up for it, and instead he was just making things worse. So Vi said, I'm going to go in on Dragon, you guys continue pushing, and that's exactly what we did. We went ahead, continued pushing here. Cho'Gath is currently taking the tower so Purple Oak can take it down, and we do end up taking it down. Well, yeah. He thought the minions were going to do it, but there were other minions here, so that's why he went back. And unfortunately, because he went back, he got pulled there by the Blitzcrank. So he got really close to dying, didn't end up dying, but the fact that he went back in was something I was like, why? But we ended up taking down the tower, and we did not end up taking any losses for that. So that was all good. Could have been better, could have been worse. I am glad that nobody died. Yet again, there I go, pink warding the dragon, thinking that they probably warded it since they, had just checked it a short time ago. Naturally not. No wards. So, no ward kill for me. Again, the Lee Sin and Blitzcrank are pushing up here. Quinn does go down to the Lee Sin. And now the Wukong was teleporting in. He went ahead and canceled it, though, because he would have been way too far out. So, I don't really blame him there. believe right after that. He's like, oh. And now the purple team is pinging Dragon again, which isn't even there. So we did actually see them go down there, and we were all kind of confused because it wasn't there. So they just kind of sat there running around it, and I don't even know what they were doing. They were all just moseying around it. They didn't have the timer because we killed it, and they had no idea when. So my ward picked them up, and we knew what they were doing. So we were just kind of chuckling to ourselves because that wasn't going to happen. So Blitzcrank went ahead and pulled me there and then immediately ran, which really amused me. I had no idea Zach was there, but I really loved the fact that Blitzcrank came over, pulled me, bought me up, and then said, I'm out. I don't want to die. And he didn't die. But now we are yet again regrouping mid to go ahead and push down the inhibitor. Don't remember if we continued to push it down or not. I do land a stun on Zach, but that doesn't really matter. I did stun or shatter him as well. So he took a little damage, but honestly, it's Zach. Zach is tanky. Let me see how he's building here. Nope. I can just check here. He's got a Randuin's Omen, Ninja Tabby, and Ruby Crystal. He actually is not really building how I build Zach at all, but I guess I can't really blame him considering how very fed Quinn was. Blitzcrank came in again. He did actually almost die there. Wukong got hit by that arrow, so he did end up going down to Diana. In the meantime, Purple Oak and Vi were going in on the Zach. Zach does end up going down. And Cho'Gath and I were just kind of playing around here. Ashe does end up taking me down, but 2 members of them are currently down, whereas actually 2 members of us as well. But yet again, Blitzcrank pulled a member of the enemy team to Ashe so that Quinn could yet again take him down, or take Ashe down. So right after that, Vi went ahead and took down the Blitzcrank, and then they went ahead and went in on this inhibitor. Down goes the inhibitor. Yeah, we really made use of the fact that this Blitzcrank was... He was very grab heavy. He loved grabbing, and it really didn't pay off for him at all. So Vi went ahead, she's going in on this tower. I think she takes it. But Quinn went down bottom, she's pushing this up. I am back alive now, and I think I'm buying something. I don't remember what. Yeah. I bought something, I have no idea what. The Vi actually did end up taking down this tower, and Quinn is still pushing down bot. Lee Sin came in on Vi. Vi actually flashed before Lee Sin used his Q, which is a bad thing, by the way. Don't do that. And she's still, I think, going to get out. Oh, maybe not. No, doesn't look like it. So now the Wukong comes up. Oh, this is it. Okay. So she's still running. Lee Sin is chasing her down. He knows where she's going. She's trying her best to get out. I do go ahead and heal her, and then I stun him as soon as he Qs to her. So she does end up getting out of that. Oh, that's how I ended up over there. Okay. And because of that, she was able to take him down. I was really confused in the game because I had no idea how I ended up over here. It was Blitzcrank pulling me. I was so busy trying to keep her alive that I didn't even notice that I got pulled. So I do end up going down here, but it was to save Vi, and Vi was very grateful. She's like, oh my gosh, you saved me, thank you so much. So that's always a good feeling. I did end up dying for it, but I saved my ally, and that's great. I was really curious at the time how exactly I ended up over here. I was like, did I seriously do that? I thought I had clicked or something and ended up running over there. But no, I got pulled. And that kind of makes me feel better now. So in the meantime, while we were doing all this stuff over here, Quinn was just pushing like crazy. And she went in on this tower, and Ashe didn't care. Ashe is like, nope, I can't take Quinn. I'm going to go ahead and just farm this up. And honestly, I can't say I blame her too much. It would have been a good idea to defend the tower, because the tower would have probably evened it up, so she might have been able to win versus Quinn. But now, especially now, it'd be terrible to go in on Quinn, so she just needs to leave it be. So Quinn does go ahead, go in on the inhibitor, and the purple team's like, oh crap, Ashe is still just farming here, trying to defend this mid lane, but there's really not much she could do about it. She's just plinking them away, and Quinn, in the meantime, is just taking down this inhibitor. And down the inhibitor goes, and now Quinn says, I'm gone. And she is. She escaped that with no problem whatsoever. Top is pushed as well, and things are just not going well for the purple team. You can tell here, it's very likely we're going to win, but it's not a sure thing. It's always possible that teams throw it, so you never know. But we are still up. We are currently 11,000 gold ahead, which is a really nice thing. Obviously, in-game, you can't tell how far ahead you are in that, but we did know we were ahead. And yet again, no wards from the purple team. I also don't have any wards, but I have wards in my inventory, and I'm going out to place them. So, Unlike Blitzcrank, who I'm pretty sure has no wards still. Oh, he's got 3. He does have wards. Oh my gosh. So I went ahead, pinked up this one because I knew the dragon was going to be spawning soon. I wanted us to be able to get it if we decided to. And by this time, I was kind of giving in to the idea that Blitzcrank was not going to ward. So pinking Baron wouldn't really matter because I wouldn't get anything out of it anyway. But I had a pink anyway, so I went ahead and warded dragon. And, oh yeah, I had another pink. So I did pink Baron. Never mind. And yet again, no wards. No wards. So I was sad. Blitzcrank went ahead and warded here, but I didn't know that. I had no idea. A lot of pings here on Baron from my team. We are thinking about going in on it. I did a little harass there to Blitzcrank, and he decided to follow me for it and almost died for it. Had Cho'Gath come around... Oh, actually, come to think of it, he followed again, and Quinn ended up going in on it. And Wukong came in as well. There's the exhaust on Wukong. There is the mana shield, though, from Blitzcrank. And now the Quinn is just taking him down with it, or chasing him down with her ulti. And in goes the Wukong again. There is the ulti from Wukong taking down the Zac, and he does end up popping up the Lee Sin as well. And there's the Blitzcrank pulling that Wukong up just to make sure that he doesn't get too far behind. So down goes the Lee Sin, and we are just pushing here. We know there's really no reason for us to do Baron because we're going to be able to do this. So Vi pings up here. She says, let's take this down. I come over. Wukong comes over as well. In the meantime, Cho'Gath and Quinn are both taking down these Nexus turrets, and it's just melting before this. Now Vi realizes, so she says, okay, fine, let's go ahead and go in. Blitzcrank pulled me again, and I went ahead and stunned, I believe, Vi. I stunned Diana, that's why she was out so far. And right after I stunned her, Vi was able to go ahead and ulti. So we do actually indeed end up winning this. I'm going to just take a look at the bot lane items. I'm not going to worry about the other lanes. You could look at those if you wish. But in this case, I'm more worried about the bot lane items. So Quinn, my AD carry, is at 176 CS, but she's 12-7 versus 170 CS for Ashe. They're actually really close there, but Ashe is 174, which gives a huge gold lead to Quinn. If we take a look at the gold here, Quinn is at 12,239. It's also because of the global gold from Towers and Dragons, versus 7,677. Quinn was able to get Infinity Edge, Blade the Rune King, Phantom Dancer, and Berserker's Greaves, whereas Ashe was able to get the Bloodthirster, BF Sword, Berserker's Greaves, Pickaxe, and then Crystalline Flask and a couple mana pots, interestingly. Not sure why Ashe has a mana pot. She probably bought that early on and didn't end up needing it or something. I don't know. But anyway, I have Aegis of the Legion, or Aegis of the Legion, Ruby Sidestone, Mercury's Treads, Kindle Gem, and a Philosopher's Stone. I was actually working on the Lock of the Iron Solari at the moment, but I didn't end up getting it. Blitzcrank, on the other hand, had Shirelia's, Manamune, Boots of Mobility, and a Ruby Crystal, and still no wards. I don't know if now he was starting to work on his Sightstone or what. Either way, he didn't get it, and it really would have benefited his team a lot. But it worked out for me. I did end up getting into Silver 3 from this game. So, yet again, I'm back in Silver 3, and hopefully all the future games until I get to get Silver 2 will be in Silver 3. I'm hoping not to drop. I haven't played anything since then, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this game, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.